Well, as Tartini's Devil's Trill fades away, this is a video all about a delightful fishing village of Piran in Slovenia, which has a rather interesting piazza. It's in the shape of an ellipse. It used to be an extension to the port, but now it's as it is here, and it's celebrating the life of their famous composer Tartini. So let's see if we can see it from the air. Well, there's two possibilities here. One is Google Earth. So let's have a look. Let's bring Google Earth over here and look for Piran, P-I-R-A-N, in Slovenia. Correct search. It's going to end up down here. So we'll continue the zooming using the mouse wheel, and there's our ellipse. Don't forget shift and back with the mouse wheel gets the orientation correct, but it's a bit fuzzy and got a shade here, so I think I'm going to try another one. Let's try Bing Maps from Microsoft, see if that's any better. So we'll just put in P-I-R-A-N and it recognizes it straight away and goes straight there. Okay, let's just zoom in a bit and see what we've got. There's our ellipse, but we need to have a picture from above, so to go aerial and zoom in as far as we can. Lovely. So I'll grab that and copy it. Okay, we're into autograph now, and let's have a look at the page I've called Tartini. And this is sort of one I did earlier. So here is the ellipse and being fitted quite nicely by 5 points, and here is the axis of symmetry and the two foci, and this foci does not appear to be exactly where the statue is. So let's see what we can do. So Window, Windows, page 6, and I have to press Control key for Tartini. We've got these two selected, tile vertically, OK. Lovely. I want to make this suitable for plane geometry. So first of all, in the axes menu, I don't want to show the equation key because there are no equations. And let's do equal aspect and no axes. Marvelous. So what techniques are we going to be using here? If I put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, I'm holding Shift key down so they're all selected. One of the right click options, or the object menu option, is to create a conic from 5 points, and there they are. So that's an ellipse, but of course it could just easily be a hyperbola or even a pair of straight lines. Now the other thing we're doing, I'll just select that and delete, is if you have 2 points and one other, then these two can be considered to be the foci, and this a point on the perimeter of an ellipse. So again, object, it's in the circle menu, ellipse, and here are the two foci. So we're going to definitely use that to try and fit the shape that we want to the ellipse of the piazza. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. We'll paste the image that we've just taken off the mapping app, make it a bit bigger. Alright, so I'm going to put 5 points around this, sort of 1, 2 one side and 3 the other. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Edit menu has select all points, and right click, well, let's do object again, create a conic from 5 points. Not bad. That's a pretty good fit. So now we want to put on the two foci, so I'm going to put a point where the statue is and another point down the other end. Now if I select these two, this one and this one, and right click or object menu, I want edit draw options to make them look a bit different. Point type, let's make it diamond and make it 10. There we go, there's our two foci. So if I select this one and this one and 1 point on the edge, let's take this one here, and let's create an ellipse from that information like I did on the other page. Okay, so object, it's in the circle menu, ellipse. Right, now, how are we doing? If our axiom is that is definitely there with the statue underneath it, the moment you'll notice it's snapping to 1/10 of whatever the grid spacing was. Not that that's relevant now, but if you press the Control key, which I'm doing on the keyboard, you can do it around with a bit more accuracy. You can use the arrow keys better, really. So we're not really getting that far, but what about selecting this one here and moving it down? Not too bad. Let's move it to the right a bit. But you can see we can get one end right, but the other end isn't right. So I think we're going to have to move, reluctantly have to move the... It's getting closer, it's pretty good. I think the only way we're going to get it to fit is to have the foci in these two positions here and not quite where the statue is. What a pity. I really hoped that would be spot on, but it really does seem as though it isn't. But never mind, it's a lovely square nonetheless and a delightful village.